What's up guys, it's Eric from Sonic. Today I have here our Shiftpower throttle response controller. We're going to be installing on this brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. It's our very first installation on this 2024 Tacoma. I'm super excited. I know this car already comes with a lot of torque and a lot of response on the lower end, but this just gives you full control of how your car drives right off the front end. Like if you want more, you could get more. If you want to back down and get some more gas mileage, you can also do that with this, as it has everything from eco mode all the way to race mode. So it just gives you that fine tuning of how you want your car to drive. And on top of that, you can also stack your factory driving modes with this, and it makes it very fun plug and play accessory that you can install in your car in minutes. In addition to that, this also has an immobilizer where you can actually lock your throttle when you get out of your car, so that if your car somehow a thief gets in, manages to turn on the vehicle, they will not be able to drive off with it because the acceleration pedal will just not do anything. So that's another cool feature that we have here. So yeah, let me show you how everything installs, and hopefully I could do a little demonstration with the cool app that comes with it. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's go inside and let's get this installed. All right guys, so before we install this throttle controller, you want to make sure that all the signals on your acceleration pedal is not there. So which, in other words, that your car is asleep. So if you just came from driving your car, you parked it, your car actually might not be in sleep mode yet. In order to initiate that, make sure to close all your doors, lock it, and then unlock it. This will ensure that there's no signals going through the acceleration pedal, and you won't get any check engine errors when you install this kit. Another way to ensure your car is asleep, you can also open your driver's side door, keep it open for 15 minutes while the key is far away from the car where it cannot detect it. That will also place it in sleep mode. And third way is just disconnect the negative terminal on the car's battery. That'll also put the car, or it'll actually reset the vehicle so that there's no signals going through the acceleration pedal. So there's a few different ways to go about doing that. So once you confirm that your car is in sleep mode, there's no signals going through the acceleration pedal, now we are ready to install our kit. All right, so now that we're in the vehicle, we're ready to get started. First thing we're gonna do is we are going to find a good location to mount the button. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, so we found a really cool spot to mount our switch for our Shiftpower. Basically popped off this panel here, grab a pry tool from the top and just pull it out. And once it's out here, we pop this blank switch back out and we were able to route this cable here. It's a very tight fit and it pushes the blank switch up a little bit. As you can see, it creates a little gap, but once the switch is over it, you will not be able to notice it. Okay, fits in perfectly like so. And all we have to do is push this back in. Make sure to not forget to replug your factory connector, and we'll route this down there and complete the install. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, fits right in there perfectly.
Yeah.
All right, so after we mounted this button, let's go ahead and drop this under panel here. So all we have to do is remove this Phillips screw, another Phillips screw here, and remove the clips, and this whole under tray will drop. So let me do that now. Okay, just gonna drop this. A few clips that's holding this in place. You have to push these little tabs. Okay. All right, this should give us enough room to work with. After that, we are going to locate our acceleration pedal, and then above the acceleration pedal, you'll find a connector. So that is where we're going to disconnect it, and we're going to connect our harness to it. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay, so if you have a difficult time removing this, the trick is push really hard on the release tab. The release tab is gonna be on the inside to the right. Push very, very hard and pull up. Make sure you pull up. You will be very tempted to pull left because you're reaching out from the left side. So you might not know it, but the connector might not be straight. It might be a little tilted to the left when you pull, and if you do that, it's not gonna come out. So just focus on pulling straight up and pushing really hard on this release tab, and that will help you remove it. So once that's out, let's connect our connectors. It's all plug and play. All right, make sure it clicks into place on both sides. All right. Okay, and if you look up here, this is the cable from our button. Okay, we're going to connect it to our harness here. All right, so that's that. And now we just need to secure these wires, make sure it's out of the way from any moving parts. All right, so we are going to zip tie it here to the factory cables. Make sure it's secure so that it won't rattle or make any noises. Right here, I'll tie right here.
You're too old man trying to use tiny word.
All right, so what we did here is we zip tied it to the factory cabling here so that it won't go anywhere. Just when you mount this, organize your cables. There's a lot of ways doing it. Just be careful to stay away from all the moving parts. That includes your accelerator, your brakes, and also your steering column. So once all that is secured, we are going to put all this back. Okay, there's just two guides, that guide here and guide there. Okay, make sure they go back into the correct holes. All right, perfect. Okay, once all that's back in, let's screw our two Phillips screws back in. All right, we just installed our throttle response controller. Turn on the car, just make sure everything is okay. You have no check engine light, just double check to ensure that you installed it correctly. And you can see the button here, but because there's a lot of light outside, you can't really see it, but it's actually the white LED is turned on, which means it's turned off. So it's our first initial connection here. So we are first going to download the Shiftpower app, and let's turn it on. So how it looks. Okay, this is a new Shiftpower app, so the look is a little bit different. If you like how it looks before, you can change the theme in the settings, but I'm gonna show you how the new menu item looks. All right, so here it is. First, you wanna select this car icon here. Okay, let's connect to your device here, and you'll have to input the password. The password for this specific one is you can go ahead and see the actual box for the password, or you can look in the instructions manual. But just in case, if you have a difficult time connecting it for some reason, go ahead and push and hold this button. Just keep pushing and holding it until it turns pink. There it is. All right, well, when you do that, it will flash the password to your phone, okay? You can go ahead and use that. Then all right, there it is. There, terrific. Now it's connected. So now you can tell whenever you press this button, it reacts by jumping into all the preset modes. So these are all different modes. You got the dynamic here, you could jump around. You got dynamic, sport, super sport, and race. And you can actually make these changes while you're driving too. Or you can just take your finger and change the percentage in 1% increments. And you can also engage the immobilizer by pressing the lock button here. Okay, so when you lock it, press an accelerator, nothing happens. So it shows you how much accelerator is giving off from the original and how much is shift power. All right, we also got valet mode. You can use the valet mode here. You can turn it off, it just goes to off mode, and we even have the eco mode here, and you can make that adjustments in the eco mode to try to save some gas. So just to give you a little sample of how much difference it makes, so I'm gonna just give a little bit of acceleration, so maybe like a 10% throttle. So if you push around here, okay, so I don't know if you could tell, but it is giving off a different level of acceleration depending on the mode. And just to let you know, I'm only pushing like 5%. So the difference is not gonna be that different compared to when we're driving on the road and pushing more on the acceleration pedal. And let me also go through some other functionality. So if you go to settings, mode settings, these are different presets that you could change from this is your dynamic mode, sport, super sport, and your race. And it just depends on how you like it. When you're fine tuning, you can go ahead and make these adjustments. And we also have 3 acceleration curve. Linear, basically you'll get to wide open throttle faster. Exponential is it utilizes the whole entire range of your acceleration. So the more you push, the more acceleration you get. And dynamic is somewhere in between linear and exponential. So for any details in regards to this, you could go through your instructions manual for that. And you can also change your illumination of the button, right? You can make it brighter, you can make it more dim. So this depends on how bright you like it. I'll just keep this on the center. And if you like the older theme, you can go to your theme, you could turn off your modern, and basically it'll go back to the original theme here. But for this purpose, let's use the newer theme, as it shows much more functionality in one page. Okay, and there's also other features where if you turn on unlock by pressing, say that your car immobilizer is turned on, you approach your car, you turn it on, and right when the shift power connects to your phone, the device will unlock by itself. And maneuver by pressing is for valet mode. Once you detects your phone, it takes off the valet mode, and these are pretty self-explanatory as well. All right. All right, guys, so let's go for a quick test drive to see how well this throttle response controller works. Dang, look at the screen. The screen is nice. Yeah. So right now it's on the factory mode. Our device is turned off, and I could definitely tell that it could use a little bit of help on the bottom end. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as the 3rd gen, but I could still tell that it definitely could use a little bit of help. So let me first start off with 25%, so that's dynamic. Okay. All right. The car just feels much happier. It just feels like it's supposed to be driven, or it's supposed to drive this way. Doesn't take that much acceleration push to get the car going. Man, why isn't it showing on the screen though? That was that. Okay, now let's go try sport mode. Okay, I feel it. Wow, this car picks up really fast. Man. This car picks up really fast. Wow. With it in sport mode, I just feel the turbo kicking in right away. Just so I could compare, let me just go back to off mode. Okay, yeah. I could definitely feel that lag. Turn around here, bust a U-turn. Oh, this product's actually really good on this product. I keep looking back, I don't know why. So used to looking back. This product's actually really good for this vehicle. I could really see the benefit. Even right now, I mean, the car just feels so laggy, especially right at the start of the car. Okay, and then I go dynamic. And I just like how it reaches to the turbo spooling point faster with less effort. All right, next, let's go ahead and try it on Super Sport. All right, oh yeah, the car just wants to go. Man, the car just feels so much lighter and so much more responsive. It really opens up the acceleration. And the car does drive really nice though. I'd rather keep it on Super Sport or just Sport. I think Sport is good. Just gives that extra push that you wish that you had. Oh yeah. All right. Go back to dynamic. For most of you guys that's gonna be using this, you're gonna use it in dynamic for your daily. It just gives enough. It's just enough for it to give that little bit more push that you wish your car had. And it just feels like those days when your car is just super happy, right? But it's super happy all the time. I don't know if that makes sense. When the weather is just perfect, the humidity level in the air is perfect, it's just very cool outside. It just gives that perfect temperature and environment conditions that are just perfect for your engine. It just feels like it's like that all the time. All right guys, well that concludes our installation demonstration video of our Shiftpower throttle response controller on this all new 2024 Toyota Tacoma. We are super excited for this platform. It's just all the products that we have, our amplifier, our throttle response controller just works really well with this car. I know you guys will like it too. So if you're looking for that little bit of a push on the lower end and you're just looking for a more fun driving experience, look no further, give our throttle response controller a try. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below or you can email us at info@bsonicusa.com. If you haven't yet, help us by subscribing and following our channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video.
Life is good, yeah. Life is good, yeah.